Hey everybody, Mark Herman, aka LA Bengals fan on most of the major platforms, and this is another episode of Jungle Talk. I'm sorry Sam wasn't available today, but I did want to get a solo video up, so we're going to go old school again today, because what a great victory. You guys should not have to wait to hear the victory horn. And for those of you who bet the over 6.5 season win total, got to 7 today, you get the Mighty Ducks Quacker. I know I have money on that, so I'm pretty excited about that. So let's jump right in. This was a absolute huge statement victory today. Like I said, I could not have gone better. Really excited about everything, so let's go through it. I'll do it as we usually do, the good and the bad. Just some general comments before we get started. First of all, if you don't subscribe, please subscribe. It's all we ask for. So just hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, you get the notifications when we put up the new episodes. I love the orange and black. I love the orange jerseys with the black pants. I thought that was a really good look today. I think we should do it more often. I liked it better than when we have all orange or the white pants. So I really, really like the orange jersey with the black pants. We finally put together a complete game at home. Think about it. We let Minnesota back in and won at the end of the game. We blew the game against Green Bay. We had to have this miraculous second half comeback to beat Jacksonville, and then we got our asses kicked by Cleveland because we didn't, it's just a horrible game. So this was the first home game that was a complete game. I think in our last video we talked about how it's been since 2009 since we had swept the Steelers. I knew I had it. I bought a bunch of guys ticket stubs on eBay years ago, and I went through and kind of kept some of the really important ones. Well, here it is. Game 4. This was Game 4. It was our home win against the Steelers back in 2009. We won 16-12, and this season was our last complete sweep of the Steelers since 1998. Back then, I have those notes back there. So here's the ticket stub from 2009. We go ahead. We win our home game again this year. 12 years later, finally. Against the Steelers. So this is actually just to show you how the tide's turning and how rare this is with us dominating the Steelers. We had not won. The last time we won 3 in a row against the Steelers was 1990, 31 years ago. Boomer Esiason was our quarterback. So this is a huge day for us. So I just wanted to share that I did have the stub from 2009. We mentioned in our last video, and I didn't want to go back there and start trying to find it. So let's go through. We'll get rid of the bad. There's not a lot of it. I hated the call on 3rd down and goal when Mixon. We had scored on our opening drive. Only the second time this season we scored a touchdown on our opening drive. We get the turnover. We get it down to the 1-yard line. It's 3rd and 1. I hated that call. I know Burrow could take the sack. It's fine. We kicked the field goal. But that was one of the hiccups in the first half. Obviously, we gave up the long completion to Claypool, which led to the 3 points. At the time, it was 10-3. You're still thinking, okay, here we go. They're going to get back into this. But little did we know that the next time they were going to score was going to be junk time. And I loved it. The other hiccup was the Burrow interception. We had actually scored on 9 consecutive drives going into that possession. That would have been our 10th consecutive drive if we had scored. It was a weird thing. We have a horrible record with Vinovich, who was our referee today. We actually have a terrible record. Looking at our record with him, Pitt is 12-4 against us with him reffing. We've never beat. Before today, we had never beat while he was refereeing. Beat Pittsburgh, and since he was 5-10 in games that he had reffed with us against other teams, so we had a horrible record. And it looked like he was going to try to do everything he could to get the Steelers back into the game before half. We were driving. A real questionable offensive pass interference negates the first down, and then they do a no call on when Burrow throws the interception. They have a no call on TJ Watt, which was a pretty dirty play. I mean, you're grabbing the jersey, you're tugging the guy around like a rag doll, and then you throw him to the turf. The referee's standing right there, no flag. So Vinovich always reminds me. I always think like he's got money on the Steelers the way he officiates the games. But you know what? Today was one of those days he couldn't rig the game. He can't do that. That was the only bad things I have to say about the Bengals today in terms of that, and most of it is on the referee, because like I said, I thought that was a questionable play. Game couldn't have started out any better. Like I said, first drive of the game, we score. It's only a touchdown. It's only the second time this season we've done that. Follow that up with an Eli Apple interception. Thank you very much. We lead to gets us up 10-0. Higgins, Mixon, and Burrow had huge first half. I only printed the first half statistics because there's a lot of junk numbers from when we brought our backups in. So there's the third down conversions and stuff. They're not going to be reflective of what the first half is going to be more reflective of the game. Time of possession 2-1, no surprise there. 20-10. Third down efficiency, we were 4 for 5. We just absolutely dominated. Joe Mixon was unstoppable. They had no answer for him. Even when they knew we were going to run with Mixon, they had no answer for him. Great scheming, great game play calling by our coaches. We've got to give them props. So, we did give up the 2 sacks. One of them was on that 3rd and goal that I didn't like. But like I said, won the turnover battle. We finally only threw it to Chase when the play was either designed for Chase, like it was just a wide receiver screen, or when he was in single coverage. And that finally fed Mixon, fed Boyd. Uzama had a couple catches. We finally used Chase properly in terms of I would have liked to have seen him. We all love the deep ball, but you've got to take what they're giving you. And if Chase can drag 2 defenders off, including Fitzpatrick, it could go with him. You saw what was possible. Higgins just had an amazing game. Huge hit by Bates to separate the ball. It looked like on the 2-minute offense, it looked like the Steelers were going to try to double dip because they deferred it to start the game. So it looked like they were going to try to score before half and then get the ball. That would have got him back into the game. And instead, we get the pick 6 from Hilton. Just unbelievable way to, what it reminded me of, if any of you are old enough to remember the Super Bowl between the Raiders and the Redskins. The Redskins were down, and they looked like they were going to try to get something started right before half so they could come back out in the second half and make a game of it. And Squirick intercepted Joe Theismann right before half and took it in, and that was kind of the death blow. Well, Mike Hilton did that to the Steelers today, and I absolutely loved it. So right after the Burrow pick, way to have your quarterbacks back. That was unbelievable. That's the first halftime lead we've had since 2009. And obviously, like I said, the last time we swept the Steelers was 2009. Second half goes perfectly. We forced the 3-and-out to start the half. And now we have such a big lead, we're just grinding it out. So just what a great win today. What a statement win today. I could not be prouder of this team, from the players down to the coaching staff. This was just so much fun to watch. It was a statement win. We had that 2-game kind of gap where we blew the game against the Jets and then didn't show up. We never even came out of the locker room against the Browns. But we have gone into the bye, just like Hubbard said before the bye. I want to go in, let's reset, let's recharge, let's come out focused. Well, they've done that in Vegas, and now they finally put together an amazing home game against the Steelers. And this really knocks the Steelers down. If you look at who the Steelers have left on their schedule, including both games with Baltimore, they're in serious trouble in terms of making the postseason. So this was just a complete game all the way around. Great win. We need to just savor this moment. Guys, watch Football Night in America tonight with pride. Enjoy it. Savor it. We'll have to regroup. We get the Chargers next, who are struggling today against Denver. So I'm watching the way Denver's running on them. Mixon should have a huge game next week. So this is really, really coming out of the bye week. We could not have asked for a better 2 games out of this team. I could not be prouder. And with that, I'm going to say hoo-day, everybody. And we will be back on Thursday. Hopefully Sam will be available. We'll be back on Thursday with a preview of the Charger game. Take care, everybody.